The universe is infinite, or at least very, very big. And with all of this space comes many possibilities. There are likely countless planets out there that could support life, maybe even intelligent life. And although we haven't found anything yet, scientists think it's only a matter of time before we do. But what if we were to find a planet inhabited by Jinns? Are they real? If yes, can they live on other planets? Well, today we're going to talk about both. So let's get started. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be answering the question, can Jinns live on other planets? If you want to find out the answer, stay tuned till the end of the video. But before we begin, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. First things first, do Jinns exist? Well, that's hard to say. It really depends on whether you believe them to be real or not. In Islamic theology, the Jinn are spiritual creatures created from smokeless fire, similar to how Christians believe angels to be spiritual beings. They have free will and the ability to choose between good and evil. Similar to humans, Jinns also have a culture and society of their own. They marry, have children, live in communities, and even have their own religious beliefs and practices. The Qur'an states that Jinns, just like humans, will be held accountable for their actions on Earth. Both humans and Jinns are made of different elements. Humans are made of clay, while Jinns are made of smokeless fire. Unlike humans who were created by Allah after the creation of the Earth, Jinns were created before the creation of Adam, the first human being. Jinn are believed to be immortal, unless, of course, they choose to die. In Islamic texts, there are many stories about Jinns and their interactions with humans. Some Jinns are good and helpful, while others are evil and cause harm. For example, in the story of Aladino, the protagonist finds a magic lamp containing a powerful genie who grants him 3 wishes. In another story, a man marries a beautiful woman who turns out to be a genie who tests his patience and piety. Overall, Islamic teachings encourage Muslims to avoid dealing with Jinns because they can be dangerous and lead people astray. It's believed that Jinns can possess humans and animals, causing them to behave erratically or perform actions against their will. In order to protect oneself from genie possession, Muslims may turn to religious figures such as scholars or imams for guidance and protection. Additionally, amulets and talismans are sometimes used as a way to ward off evil genies. Despite their potentially harmful nature, some Muslims also believe that genies can be beneficial and bring good fortune. In these cases, they may seek the help of benevolent genies to improve their lives or protect them from harm. Overall, the relationship between Jinns and humans in Islam is complex and multifaceted, characterized by both potential danger and opportunity for good. Now, according to Islamic teachings, where do Jinns live? Jinns can inhabit various places, but they are particularly associated with certain locations that hold spiritual significance. One such place is water, which is considered a natural habitat for Jinns. In Islamic texts, genies are often depicted as living in rivers, lakes, and oceans. This is because water is seen as a source of life and a purifier, and it is believed that genies are attracted to these qualities. Additionally, water can also be a barrier between the spiritual and physical realms, allowing Jinns to cross over into the human world. As a result, bodies of water are sometimes avoided, especially at night, as it is believed that this is when Jinns are most active. Another location where Jinns are believed to reside is in trees. In particular, ancient or large trees are seen as potential homes for Jinns due to their connection to nature and the spiritual energy they may contain. This belief is reflected in Islamic traditions that discourage cutting down trees, as it is believed that doing so may disturb the genies that live there. It is also believed that genies can inhabit specific objects, such as graves, latrines, and other secluded places. In graves, for example, Jinns are believed to be drawn to the energy of the deceased and may use the grave as a portal to the afterlife. Overall, the belief in the ubiquity of jinns means that they can be found in almost any location, although some places are more likely to be inhabited by them than others. So now that we know where they live, let's answer the question, can jinns live on other planets? When it comes to believing in jinns and other supernatural beings, it's important to respect different viewpoints and beliefs. In general, scientific thinking suggests that life, including intelligent life, may exist elsewhere in the universe, but there's no concrete evidence to support this idea. Some argue that if there is life on other planets, it might not necessarily be intelligent enough to be considered a civilization. Others believe that even if there is intelligent life out there, the chances of us coming into contact with them are extremely low due to the vast distances involved in space travel. However, there are also those who believe that with the right technology, it may be possible to detect signs of life on other planets or even communicate with civilizations beyond our own. Ultimately, the question of whether or not jinns exist and whether or not they live on other planets is one of faith and personal belief. However, if we were to approach this question from a purely hypothetical perspective, then it's possible to consider the idea of genies existing on other planets. After all, the universe is vast and we can't be certain that Earth is the only planet that supports life. If genies do exist, then it's possible that they could inhabit other planets as well. In fact, it's possible that different planets could have different types of genies that are suited to the environment. For example, if jinns require water to survive, then it's possible that a planet with abundant water could be home to a variety of genies. Similarly, a planet with a different atmosphere or climate could have its own unique types of jinns. Of course, this is all just speculation, and there's no way to know for sure whether genies exist on other planets or whether they would be able to survive in different environments. However, it is fun to consider the possibilities and to think about how the universe might be even more fascinating and mysterious than we currently understand. So, what do you think? Do you believe in jinns? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other amazing content. With that said, thanks for watching. See you next time.